So today we will talk about, or I will talk about, the Canon R10 and Canon's very fine subject tracking and autofocus, right? So I've noted down three things that I want to talk about, and there is a problem that I'm facing. It's not a problem; it's something very unique, and I will attach the video or a clip of the location where I go for wildlife photography, bird photography, but with a 18 to 150 millimeter lens. Now, how does the tracking actually work? So this is a question, and I'll try to explain what I've understood. So let's imagine that this is my camera. Check. This is my camera. This is the lens, and I'm completely zoomed in on a on my hand for now. Right? Completely zoomed in, focused on my hand, and subject tracking is on. So subject tracking is tracking my hand. Now, my hand is at a particular focal length, right? X. If I move my hand like this on the same focal plane, I wiggle my fingers, I shake my hand, whatever. Subject tracking will track my hand, right? Track my fingers, track my movements, everything. What if my hand comes closer to the lens or goes a little away from the lens? Does subject tracking still work? Now, let me convert this example into a real life situation. Imagine a kingfisher, and this is a small lens, right? This is not a telephoto zoom lens. What happens is when I'm zooming in, the kingfisher is very small on my screen. So I don't blame the camera for uh, not really being able to do what I wanted to do, but I just want to understand how this mechanism works. So the kingfisher is really small on my lens. I mean, on my screen, on my screen here, and I have turned on subject tracking, animals of course, and I have focused on the branch or the kingfisher, right? The branch that the bird is sitting on, or the kingfisher itself, if it is relatively close or the bird is big enough, and I'm waiting for it to dive. Now, very rarely, let's say this is the kingfisher and it dives. If it dives on the same focal plane, right? I'm focused here on the branch. If it dives on the same focal plane, I can most probably capture its movement. My subject tracking tracks the bird from the top till it touches the water, comes back up again. Let's say this is a rare situation that the bird is diving and coming back up on the branch in the same focal plane. What if, and this is what happens in real life, the bird dives either towards the lens or the bird dives away from the lens? Now, subject tracking is on, but I lose focus as soon as the bird dives towards the lens or away from the lens. And I feel that is when subject tracking loses it, right? It keeps jumping around and I've lost the bird. By the time I have a back button for my focus. By the time I've pressed on the back button and I've regained focus, the bird is gone. The bird has taken the dive, gotten the fish, enjoyed it, and maybe left. So this is what's happening to me on a daily basis, and I'm not a professional. I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong. I also wanted to talk about the customizable buttons on this R10. There are many of them, and currently, what I have is uh, I have a back button for normal autofocus on. Like if I press it, it will focus. Focal points. I have another button here, which is fine, and these two small buttons on the side, right? One of them is start subject tracking on and off, and one is eye detection. Now, why eye detection mostly doesn't work for me, because I have a small lens, it's not a telephoto. Anyway, struggling to get the body of the bird, let alone the eye. So let's forget about eye detection. Having said that, I want someone to help me out about this, like maybe Canon guys, if this video reaches them, or someone who's more experienced, who has had more field experience. So the question remains that, does the tracking automatically take care of the differences in the focal lengths as well? Or do I need to maybe keep my hand pressed? I mean, mind you, I have my servo autofocus turned on. So if I keep my hand pressed on the focus button, I'm definitely tracking the bird with the focus, not subject tracking, but the focal tracking, right? If the bird moves away, I'm still tracking the bird. So that works. What I'm trying to ask here is there a way, or maybe do I need to press both the buttons together, or I need to keep the autofocus button pressed and then turn on the subject tracking so that uh, the bird is tracked throughout my screen, even if it is maybe flying away from me or flying towards me. So that is actually the question, and I hope I've been able to explain this. Um, Please let me know if you know what to do in this situation, if I'm doing something wrong. I would love to learn, love to hear from people. Please feel free to comment. Thank you.